Hi Mecca Beauty Junkies, my name's Virginia from Mecca HQ, and today I'm going to show you how I created this Korean inspired beauty look. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with the 16 Brand Energy Balm. This is a great product to prepare your skin for makeup or even just worn alone. It has a plumping effect and is great for dry, dull skin. I'm just taking a small amount of the product and warming it up in my hands and applying it directly to my skin. So for complexion, I'm using the Chosungah 22 C&T Blend Fresh Mix Foundation. So Korean beauty is all about a fresh, dewy, no makeup look. So this is quite a light coverage foundation. The way this works is you just give the button a push and some foundation will come out the top. You can apply it using the sponge directly on top. So I'll just use that to dot the product on. So as you can see, the foundation is quite dewy. It's a light coverage with a natural finish. Next up, I'm going to apply some highlighter. So this is the Chosungah 22 24-hour Raybeam cream. Chosungah's products, they have really cool packaging. It's really fun. So the way this works is you just push on and some product comes out. I'm just applying that with my fingers firstly on the high parts of my face, so just the tops of my cheeks and around my brow as well. And then just using a sponge to push that into my skin. Next up, eyebrows. I'm using the Chosungah 22 Brow Maker in the shade Black Brown. So the packaging is super cute, as you can see. It looks like a highlighter. And the applicator has a sponge tip to apply the colour and then a mascara type wand to work the colour through the brow hairs. Now with a Korean eyebrow, they focus on a straight look as opposed to Western, which emphasise an arch and a very defined brow. So my brow will be a little bit softer than what you may be used to seeing. So just run the sponge tip along the brow. So that's the brows done. So the eye look we're doing today is a very popular Korean style called puppy eyes look. So what we're going to be doing is emphasising a peak in the eye. So to do this, I'm starting off with eyeshadow. I'm using the 16 Brand Brickit Eyeshadow. These are sold separately, but I've connected a few together just so you can see how it looks. So I'm taking the shade Brown, which is just this one here. And then as mentioned, we're just going to emphasise a peak in the eyes. So we're just sort of bringing it in a triangle type shape, which is very different to what you may be used to looking at a lot of Western makeup, which emphasises a crease, but a lot of Asians like myself don't actually have a crease. So the purpose of this is try to bring the eye up, which will make it look bigger. So taking the same shade, I'm going to run that along the lower lash line. Now instead of bringing the eye upwards, we sort of want it to be like a straight finish. So we go a bit bottom heavy to create this look. So same colour, just on a smaller dome shaped brush. And then we concentrate that in the outer corner and don't bring that past the centre of your eye. You can bring that colour further out past your eye, where your eye ends as well. And the next step is to brighten up the inner corners of the eyes. For this, I'm using the Chosungah 22 Jello Colour Kit. Now these eyeshadows are different to anything that I've ever tried before. They're like a jelly consistency, so they're sort of in between a cream and a powder. So I'm going to be taking these two shades here, the top one and the second colour. The second colour has a lot more sheen to it. And we're just applying this on the inner corner of our eyes. This will make them pop. Bring this on the lower lash line as well. Then go over that with the shimmery colour. So next up is liner. I'm using the Chosungah 22 pen liner in the shade Brown. Normally I would use black, but I don't want this look to be as intense. Instead of flicking the line upwards, I'm just going to follow the natural lash line. So I'm just going to start at the inner corner of my eye as I normally would and pat the colour on. And instead of angling upwards, I'm just going to follow my lash line and bring it out a little bit further to make my eyes appear longer. So next up for eyeliner, I'm using the 16 Brand Pencil Liner in black. I'm just going to use this to tightline the upper lash line. So just use my finger to pull up the eyelid and then I can line that way. And for the outer section of the eye, instead of winging upwards, I just follow my natural lash line with this. So now for the lower lash line, I'm using the same pencil, but I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand. It just makes the product a bit pliable and easier to glide along the lower lash line. So this look is a bit bottom heavy, so there's a bit more liner on the bottom than you may be used to seeing. But again, don't bring that past the center of your eye. So going back into the eyeshadow kit, we are going to pick up the black shade and just smoke out the lower lash line. So that's the eyeliner done. It's not as precise as you may be used to seeing, but that's the look. Next we're going to go in with mascara. This is the Chosungah 22 Rocking Volume Mascara. So next up we add a bit of a flush to the cheeks. I'm using the 16 brand finger pen in the colour Gang's Pink. So Koreans don't normally like to use a powder blush, it's more so a liquid like this, just to give a really healthy dewy glow. So with this product you just push the end of the pen and use the sponge to apply the colour to your cheeks and blend out with your fingertips. So I'm applying this also a little bit higher than I would normally. It just gives a really cute look. So for the lips, I'm taking another finger pen, but in a brighter shade. So this is in Plum. So as you can see, you can use these as a dual purpose product for both cheeks and lips. So Koreans generally have a bit of a stained lip, so they concentrate the colour around the opening of the mouth and then just blend outwards, which is what I'm going to do today. Keep the edges undefined and just have a stain like this. So this is the finished look. As you can see, it's quite natural and dewy. It's got a bit of cuteness to it with the pinks. I hope you enjoyed this video using our 2 Korean exclusive brands, Chosungah 22 and 16 brand. If so, make sure you give us a big thumbs up and I'll see you next time.